on your side. This is WNCT 9 News at 6.
Day filled with hotter temperatures, obviously, than what we saw yesterday, and that's led to some instability that some showers and thunderstorms are able to tap into this afternoon. We're tracking a series of disturbances dropping down out of the north. We've got some big thunderstorms cutting across Pamlico Sound right now, extending up as far north as Hyde and also Tyrrell and Dare counties, across the border into Washington County. Chowan County seeing some heavy downpours around Edenton, and additional strong and severe thunderstorms across Virginia continue to fire, and they too will be working from north to south tonight. You can see the hail tracks with many of these storms as they have been on the move. So we do have a Storm Team 9 weather alert day that will be in effect as a precaution in case any of these storms continue to teeter on the edge of severe limits. We have some welcome changes getting set to move our way for the weekend, though. We'll talk about that in your complete Storm Team 9 forecast coming up. The longest running newscast in the East starts now.
I feel hopeless, like there's really nothing actually we can do about it. We can't control anything.
Now at 6, high gas prices are hurting everyone's pockets. Today, locals are reacting to the possibility of gas prices lowering soon as President Biden is calling on Congress to take action.
New signage has been unveiled for Interstate 587, formerly US 264. I'm Adriana Hargrove, and I'll tell you more on the details on how this interstate can impact eastern North Carolina.
Plus, COVID vaccines are now available for young children, where you can find them right here in the East.
By suspending the 18-cent gas tax, federal gas tax, for the next 90 days, we can bring down the price of gas and give families just a little bit of relief.
President Joe Biden calling on Congress now to act on the high gas prices across the country by suspending the federal gas tax.
This as the national average for a gallon of gas is down in the last couple of days, but still high at $4.95. That's compared to a year ago when that price sat at $3.06 per gallon.
And here in our state right now, the average sitting at $4.59 a gallon. That price also significantly higher than last year when you could get a gallon for the cheap price of $2.87.
And the possibility of these lowering gas prices comes just weeks ahead of the busy 4th of July travel weekend.
AAA says a record 42 million Americans will make a road trip of about 50 miles or more this Independence Day holiday, so lower prices at the pumps could make for an easier trip. The 18 cents per gallon tax the president is calling on Congress to suspend is normally used to fund repairs for major highways, but the administration says other money could be used in the interim.
The president's plan is also expected to face opposition in Congress, where even Democratic lawmakers are divided.
I want to get more data on whether this kind of savings would actually be passed on to the consumers.
Is yet another gimmick, another Band-Aid, and something they know is dead on arrival up here in Congress.
The president is also calling on states to enact their own relief. Here in North Carolina, lawmakers are discussing a $200 gas rebate to go out to all licensed adults by October.
And locals and state officials in the East are reacting to the president's call today. The move would temporarily lift the 18-cent tax on gasoline and the 24-cent tax on diesel.
Now to your side, Cheyenne Pagan joins us live outside of a gas station in Jacksonville now. And Cheyenne, what do people have to say about this news?
Ken, Angie, the two locals I spoke with say they are just looking for some kind of relief at the pump, and they are hoping they see that relief soon.
I feel hopeless, like there's really nothing actually we can do about it. We can't control anything.
Onslow County resident Diane Gebhardt tells me she put $30 into her SUV and only got half a tank.
I stay home a lot to take care of my mom, but I try to stay off the street as much as I can.
Resident Steve McAleer thinks this potential move in Washington will help eventually, but for right now,
it's just how it is. You got to do it. You got to, if you want to get where you have to go. I mean, I'm heading to Myrtle Beach right now, so I know on the way back I'll be putting in some more gas.
As residents hope for relief soon, President Biden is calling on Congress to support the federal gas tax holiday.
It doesn't reduce all the pain, but it would be a big help. I'm doing my part. I want the Congress, the states, and the industry to do their part as well.
Some fear this move could negatively impact the country's infrastructure in the long run. In Washington, Congressman Greg Murphy offers what he feels lawmakers in D.C. need to do.
What needs to be done is to unleash American independence in oil and gas. And if that were done, you would see oil and gas prices plummet.
For McAleer, he hopes something changes soon.
When it comes down to, I don't know how some people are surviving with, especially, elderly people, if they're on a fixed income. It's people with kids, families. I don't know how they're doing it.
So this gas station behind me is actually at $4.36 a gallon. AAA says that the price of gas has gone down 6 cents, but it's still 22 cents more than what we were paying about a month ago. Live in Jacksonville, Cheyenne Pagan 9 on your side.
Cheyenne, thank you. And with the possibility of gas prices dropping with a gas tax suspension, we want to hear from you. In tonight's Vote Now on 9 poll, we're asking you, how long do you think the gas tax suspension should be? Do you agree with the proposed 3 months, or should it be 6 months or up to a year? Well, right now, most of you are saying that it should last around 6 months. To vote, you could just head to WNCT.com/vote or go to the 9 on your side mobile app and find Vote Now on 9 in the menu. You can see more of these results tonight on your late news right here on WNCT.
State and local officials celebrated the official sign unveiling of Interstate 587 today. On your side's Adriana Hargrove also attended today's ceremony and details the changes this new interstate will bring to eastern North Carolina.
The NCDOT unveiled signage that will go along the 37-mile stretch between Pitt, Greene, and Wilson counties. Now, officials tell me that bringing US 264 up to interstate standards has been a long time coming. Jeff Cabanis, the Division II engineer for NCDOT, says this project took 15 years to complete due to the long process it takes to bring a roadway up to interstate standards, including getting support from state and federal support to get the designation.
When you start out, we had 264, then it was a 2-lane, and then we made it into a 4-lane. And then after that, we was able to get funding to take out all the intersections and make interchanges so that you don't have any driveway or access to the road. So once you get that, you get what we call an expressway. So it was up to interstate standards except for the shoulders. And so we was able to get some funding a few years ago to widen the shoulders. And at that, it was interstate quality.
Now, also at the unveiling was Greenville Mayor P.J. Connolly, and he says this will now put Pitt County on the map for potential business growth and economic development. Now, I'm told 900 signs will be replaced, and for the bigger signs, replacements will take longer due to a shortage in raw materials. In Greenville, Adriana Hargrove, 9 on your side.
Happening now, a key vote that could lead to you being able to bet on sports in North Carolina just with a few taps on your phone. State lawmakers will vote soon on 2 bills that legalize mobile sports betting. If approved, you'd be able to bet on professional, collegiate, and esports. Today, they decided to send 10% of the money made to the athletic departments at colleges and universities across the state. There's also funding that would go to each county for youth sports.
Look, it's to raise revenue. It's to bring an underground economy to light and provide transparency so that the state, when we're regulating that.
My fear is it's going to disproportionately affect people who can least afford it, and I feel that way about the lottery too. I see people spending hard-earned dollars that they may not have.
Governor Roy Cooper says he supports legalizing mobile sports betting and plans to sign the bills.
Tracking the latest weekly COVID-19 numbers across North Carolina, NCDHHS reporting more than 21,000 new cases this week. That's down about 2,000 from a week ago. Hospitalization numbers also on the decline. Right now, numbers show 839 patients have been admitted, and across the 100 counties in our state, 23 are currently at a high risk level. Many of those counties right here in ENC.
With the new CDC approval of COVID vaccines for young children, now almost all ages are eligible for immunity. Today marks the first day StarMed Healthcare is offering vaccinations for children 6 months to 5 years old. StarMed site lead in Jacksonville, Sabrina Benitez, says that COVID has been a challenge for young children in schools and daycares, so this extra protection is great for families.
The ones that are susceptible more to getting COVID are not able to be protected, and it's very important that we protect those that their immune system is not as healthy as a normal adult. So the elderly and the infants, the babies.
The StarMed vaccination site is open every day from 10 in the morning to 5 in the afternoon for people interested.
And as the first COVID-19 shots go into the arms of the youngest Americans, many parents still have questions about the vaccine. A common question, why get younger children vaccinated for COVID-19 if the illness can be mild for them? Health experts say COVID is actually the leading infectious cause of death in children under the age of 5. Another common question, do children need to get the vaccine if they've already had COVID?
They are at risk of getting it again, and the vaccine provides even more protection over time. If your child currently has COVID, wait until their symptoms have gone away and then schedule their COVID vaccine.
Some parents also worry younger children may be more vulnerable to the side effects of the COVID vaccine, but studies show they are typically mild and can include fever, pain at the injection site, fatigue, and irritability.
A local animal shelter is ready to unveil its new expansion. Ahead at 6, what the multi-million-dollar project looks like and hopes to do for the animals.
Up next, your complete Storm Team 9 7-day forecast. We have some changes getting set to move in just in time for the weekend, but we have some thunderstorms to make it through tonight. First, we'll talk about a weather alert day next.